So here's something absolutely insane. There is a 20-second difference between you spending hours on your phone doom scrolling and actually picking up a habit that will change your life. Let me explain. It really is that simple. This is a 20-second rule that I did not find myself. It was actually created and coined by a bunch of Harvard researchers. And it's pretty interesting and something that you can apply and change right now. So if you listen to this, I guarantee you're going to be able to positively affect your life because I have, and I will tell you how I did. So again, this is called the 20-second rule, and here's how it works. So there's this guy named Sean Ackwer, and he works at Harvard as a happiness researcher. At least that was his function at the time. Didn't know that existed, by the way, but great thing to do. I mean, we should have so many people researching happiness because we could all use some more happiness these days. Sean Ackwer says, how can people become more happy in 20 seconds? Because we're all lazy. Let's be honest. Okay, we're not lazy. But the human brain, when it's being lazy, is actually just trying to be efficient. And who does not want to be efficient? So next time you're saying, I want to be lazy, maybe your brain is just trying to convince you, hey, let's be a little more efficient. So most people's brains, you have the David Goggins of the world, these people that constantly are trying to push resistance. I think there's things like ice baths. You see people taking ice baths all the time. Well, the whole idea is, hey, I'm going to program my brain to do something hard, like jump in a super cold ice bath. Why do people do that? We're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but all you need to know is my brain and most people's brains in general naturally seek the path of least resistance. And so when it's between picking up a weight or picking up a donut, your brain is going to want to pick up the donut because it's easier, it's lazy, it's more efficient. That's what your brain is wired to do, unless you're a freak. And me personally, I'm not a freak. My brain is also wired to pick the path of least resistance. Anyway, so the whole idea behind this 20-second rule is that if you make something that you don't want to do, so let's use the donut example. You do not want to eat donuts, but you still have donuts in your house. So obviously, the first thing I would say is just don't buy the donuts, but that's unavoidable for some people. Let's use a different example. Let's say you have a TV. You're always going to have a TV, but you don't want to watch your TV as much as you're doing. Well, the 20-second rule would say, do something that would make it 20 seconds more inconvenient to watch the TV. So, good example would be taking out the batteries of your remote, put them across the room. That's going to make it that much harder. And that way, when you're on autopilot, when you have no motivation, when you're relying on habit in your brain in the path of least resistance, you're not going to do it. Another example that I have is if I want to be somewhere in the morning, if I want to work out in the morning, lay out your clothes next to the bed. This is the opposite. Rather than making something 20 seconds harder, you're picking out your clothes, which normally takes 20 seconds to do. You're putting it right next to your bed. That makes it 20 seconds easier. When you wake up, you're tired. You have no motivation. Some days you do, some days you don't. But on the days that you don't, it's all of a sudden that much easier to put on your clothes and therefore work out. So this guy, Sean, this Harvard genius, he wanted to play the guitar. And if you want to play the guitar, you got to practice every day. You can't just practice for 20 hours, 24 hours one day. You got to practice 5 minutes a day, then 10 minutes a day. You got to do these little things, consistency, right? It's the secret to secrets in financial success, in physical success, in relationship success. It's the little things that you do every day. Well, if you want to become good at something like YouTube, I've wanted to grow my YouTube channel. And so I've done little things to make it easier to film a YouTube video. And those little things compound. And if you make it easier, you'll show up. And at the end of the day, it's just about showing up. Unless you want to be like the top 1% of something, then you got to do more. But if you just want to succeed, if you want to do better than average, and nowadays, if you just show up, you're going to do better than average. Make it 20 seconds easier. So what Sean did is he moved his guitar from his guitar stand all the way across his apartment, his house, wherever he lived, and he put it on his couch, somewhere that he would frequently walk by. And so when he did that, he would see the guitar and he would naturally, on autopilot, grab it and start playing it. I just do pull-ups every single day, or not every day, but almost every day, randomly. And I have noticed a complete change in my physique, all because I've made it 20 seconds easier. I always had a pull-up bar in my garage, by the way, but just moving it literally 5 seconds closer in my house, I've done maybe 5 times as many pull-ups. It's crazy. If there's something that you're doing in your life that you don't want to do, like doom scrolling, make it 20 seconds harder to do that. Log out of Instagram. Log out of the account. So next time you want to doom scroll or you're tempted to, you're going to have to type in your username, your password, log in, go through all that trouble that no one wants to go through. That's really easy. And that way, when your brain's on autopilot, you're not just going to revert to this habit that you want to emit. If you want to have a good physique, if you want to be in good shape, guess what? You know, put some pull-up bars or put some dumbbells. If you look here, I've got dumbbells here in my office. That's not because this is my gym. It's not because this is, a full-on fledged gym. It's because I'm here frequently and it's super easy to pick them up and bust out a set of, shoulder raises or bicep curls or whatever. It's just easy. The friction is gone. And now video games. I love to play video games. Well, I'm not frequently upstairs in my kids' playroom, and so that's where my Xbox is. And so if I want to play video games, I have to go all the way up there. It's 20 seconds harder, and I found myself playing video games way less than if I had it in my office or my bedroom. I mean, this is really such simple stuff, but I'm telling you, first of all, a lot of people aren't even going to watch this far into the video, but a lot of people will hear this and they won't do anything about it. The thing about our generation, the thing about technology, YouTube, you're watching a YouTube video right now, Instagram, all these distractions. It has been, like right now, it is so hard to get ahead, right? It is so hard. Houses are expensive, inflation, we won't get into that. But when it comes to like improving yourself, to improving whatever area of your life that you want to improve, your health, your wealth, your relationships, you name it, it has never been easier because the bar is so low. It's like, hey, if you want to get ahead of everyone, literally just uninstall social media. That's it. I mean, this friction thing is so powerful because it works and it compounds, and I've seen it in my life. If, a goal that I want to do is I want to read books more. I want to read scriptures more, or, I want to meditate more. Do something, whether it's, your Bible or, a yoga mat or whatever it is, put it next to your bed because your bed is somewhere that you go every single day. And if you do that, you're going to be more likely to consistently hit that goal. So let me just kind of summarize this all up. The science behind it is your brain loves shortcuts. It's not lazy, it's efficient. This is all about energy conservation. You want to remove or add the friction where it's needed. Add friction to the bad habits, remove it from the easy ones, and watch yourself change. Did you know that a 10-second delay, according to studies, on a website loading makes people give up? We live in a world where we want things instantly. If I go into my browser and it takes 10 seconds to load a website, I'm clicking off that thing, and most people are. That's how dopamine instant addicted this generation is, and we can use that to our advantage. So here's my challenge to you. I want you to pick one habit that you want to add more into your life. I want you to pick something that you want to remove in order to create space, because if you're anything like me, you're extremely busy. And I want you to remove the friction from this addiction or habit or whatever it may be. Add the friction to the addiction or habit, whatever it may be, and remove the friction towards the good thing. You are going to see a difference. Thanks if you watched this far. This is something that I learned and I thought I'd share with you. Thanks for watching.